Thank you for being here. It is a pleasure for me to have you watching this video. I already have this video in Spanish, but people have been asking me why it's only in Spanish. Can you do it in English? So now it will be in English. But first, let me explain to my subscribers who speak Spanish, or people who are watching this video who don't speak English, why this video will be in English. Este video va a ser en inglés porque ya lo tengo en español en mi canal. Voy a estar poniendo la descripción de los videos de este video, pero con audio en español. Por si usted está viendo este, le voy a dejar la descripción en la sección de comentarios. No la descripción, el link de los dos videos, porque son dos los que he hecho en español relacionados a este convertible. So like I was saying, this video will be in English, and I will give you a basic idea how you can start taking them apart, how you can put everything back. I am not going to show you 100% how you can do this. Most of the time I just show you the passenger side, how you can take the front part. I show you that on my video. How you can take the back part of the convertible top, I show you that on my video. But I show you the passenger side, how you can take them apart. I don't show you the driver's side. Why? Because it's the same as the passenger side, and you can get the idea how to do the driver's side by watching me doing the passenger side. One more thing that I want to point out, just keep in mind, if you never have done something like this before, if you start taking them apart and you can't put everything back, you have to take it to a special place to install this convertible top. In some places they don't take this kind of job if you already start taking them apart. In those places who take it, they might don't think they're gonna charge you less because you already start taking them apart. No, most of the time they charge you that thing, like if they take everything out. So but just by saying that, in case if you don't think you're not going to remember, or take some photo, take video, that way when you are put everything back, you will have those kind of pictures to help you or to remind you how certain pieces go. And one more thing, watch the video. If you never done something like this, watch the video, like I will say, like 2 times before you start taking them apart. That way you will get familiar with everything around this job. You will need like a tool, like hammer, like a staple puller, like a staple gun, like scissor. Glue, you don't need a glue pad. You can do that by hand. You just get a brush and put the glue in a container, then apply it to a certain area where I need glue. And I'm going to start taking them apart. This is the car. The reason why they're going to replace it is because the window is broken, as you can see right there. I already vacuumed because I have all the glass around it, and I cut it. So that's the reason why I am going to replace this top. My English is not 100, it's not that fluent, it's not perfectly. I am trying hard to do this in English, and I hope you understand. I am trying my best. You see, I cut at the back. Most of the time I start taking them apart from the front, and the last part that I take them out is the back. This is a canvas. It's a fabric material. Solara this year they don't make it as a vinyl. Maybe they sell online aftermarket, but original are not a vinyl. Protect the car, always protect the paint. As you can see right there, I put that masking tape, and you can put towel, you can put a layer of foam in there, just to make sure to protect those molding, protect the paint on the car, because it is expensive. Most of the time you're going to put tool on top of the trunk, so protect that area. See, I put foam in there because I put tool in there. It's very important to prevent any damage, any scratch, and any on the paint. Before everything, you start taking them apart, make sure it's open and it's closed without a problem. In case you notice something is not working properly, take photo or let the customer know as soon as possible. If it is your car, you already know if the convertible top have a problem. And I'm going to put the convertible top all the way back, because in order to start taking apart. It's all the way back now. It's open. So I'm going to start removing this gasket. This is easy. When the car is old, most of these gaskets are toasted, but on this one now, as you can see, it's coming easily. This is easy to do it. I got this gasket, has 2 clicks, and let's put them on there. Put everything in a place, because you have to put everything back. I'm going to use this start set. I had this set. It cost me like a $60 for little thing. I know you can get it cheaper on the Home Depot or another place. You can get it cheaper, but those ones are life warranty. And I'm going to use a screw gun. See, that's kind of thing is T27. In some car are T20, T25, T27, so that's what I had that set. I used that kind of tool in a lot of convertible top and seat too. So I am removing that molding. That is a plastic molding. See, I remove the screw from there. And I have to remove all those screws. In case if those screws don't want to come out, put WD-40, put a certain liquid to lose it, to make it loose, because some tires are so tight, especially in those are like a Mustang, are so tight that some of those screws break. So I removed those screws already. Now I have to remove this plastic. But to remove that plastic, first I'm going to remove a molding from the back, like a train. As you see that thing, I have to remove that one. Those one are 10. The size 10, as you can see right there. And you have to remove 4 of those 4 screws. And then you have to disconnect that molding. See, so it's kind of heavy. Just be careful. Don't scratch the paint. Be careful. You have to kind of twist it, because you have to remove 4 small screws from there. Right there. You got one. This is number 10. Are small, those one. So you remove 4 already. So now you can put this one away. And you have to remove 4 more. These are gonna be nuts. You have to remove it. Those things are holding the convertible top. The convertible top molding. You have to remove those 4. I got 2 already. Then I'm going to remove the other 2. Okay, I got 4. So this part can come out. You have to pull it hard, because it has like a special glue in there. That glue is for preventing the water go through it. And I got this part already, so I can close the trunk. And now I am going to remove that molding. This molding is easy to remove. You just have to remove those plastic. You have to bend it a little bit. You have to force it a little bit. See, I got that part out, and I'm going to see this molding is out. So now I can keep going removing the convertible top material. But it has some more screw on that area right there. It's the same size. Small screw. Don't get confused those screws, because they're not the same. And I am removing all these screws. So I can start ungluing this top. This is part of the headliner. That piece that I am working on right now is the headliner. That's the part of the headliner. Eso es parte del techo. Tengo que despegar cierta parte del techo. I have to remove a part of the headliner, because that is the that I am doing just right now, that look like a phone, is part of the convertible top. The plastic that you see and is part of the headliner. Then that I moved the top half away because I done right there. I had to remove this gasket too, because behind there is the convertible top material. I removed that gasket, then I removed that tension right there. You have like a strap. So I'm going to remove this gasket right here. It had like a click in there. That click let you know you put that click first. When you're going to put it back, put that click first, and then that like a guide you. It will and directing you how that piece is gonna go. So I got this gasket. You see, I had 2 clicks on the bottom. You have 1 on the top. When I start putting more, most of the time I start from the bottom, or that's the way I do it. Now I'm going to remove this molding. It's aluminum molding, and it has screw too right there. By removing that, you can have access to the convertible top material. And the last screw from the bottom is kind of hard to remove, so I use a ratchet, because to have access to that with the screwdriver is kind of hard. That's what I use, this small ratchet. It's not necessary for you to have like a power tool. You can do it by hand. Just get a small screwdriver. I mean TS start, the TS25, get a small, and you can remove it by that. You see I am using the screw gun in there. You have to play with the position of the convertible top to have access to those screws. If you can have access, move it back. Open it more. If you still can have, move it all the way back. If you still can have access to that part, also move it forward until you get the right position for where you can remove those screws. So I get this part out. The passenger side is almost out. I am removing a strap. See, the convertible top is opening a little by itself. So I done removing that part. Now I'm going to remove the top piece. See, that is the piece that I just removed right there. You have a rivet, and then you have to remove that screw. That screw is holding a spring, I mean a cable. The function of that cable is to prevent the water or winds go through the car. That's the function. Even though on a convertible top, if it rains a lot, water might go through it. But the function of that cable is to prevent that. You see, the cable is, that convertible top have a channel, then the cable is between that thing. You have to put them inside. I got the cable out, so that means I can keep going removing the top. I put it all the way forward. And this convertible top have this strap. You have to remove. That's why you have to remove the headliner. When I made this video in Spanish, it have like a 250 video or more. Now it has like almost 400 video. I just got it. You see, I just cut the strap. But I will have to remove the headliner to put a new strap inside. See, this is easy. The easier way to do it, cutting. I will cut this top because it's easier to do it this way. I'm going to replace it. When you're going to replace it by a new one, before you start taking them apart, make sure to check it. You have the same top that you're going to replace it. because sometimes you will get a different, especially if you get it online. You don't know online what are you buying, so make sure to check it if you are 100% sure that it's the same tab. So start taking them apart. See, I just cut it. I use a razor blade to cut it. Under there have a screw. You see, I have 2 screws are TS, so you have to remove those one. Had 2 on the passenger side and had 2 on the driver's side. I use a power tool. It is easier this way, but you can do those. You can remove those one by hand. I done removing those ones, so I have to bring this. It's not a mirror; it is like a molding that is in there. You see, I am separating that. That's part of the convertible top, but you don't have to replace that part. I need to bring this frame. I need to bring this frame out. See, I got this frame out. There is the top. I have to unstaple that part. Why it is important to protect the paint? Well, because the metal, the frame is going to rest on top of the car. I am going to, you have 1 screw. Make sure to put that screw back. I just remove it. Make sure to put it back, because there is a lot of pressure on that area. You see, have a staple on that area. If you put only a staple, might be not enough. Now I'm going to remove this part of the top, and it's easy on this kind of car. It is easy. You see, you just got it and pull it. On this car are easy to remove that part, and some other car convertible are so hard. And always put a stainless steel staple. Do not put a regular staple, because if the guy who made this before put a regular staple, that piece of material wouldn't come out like that. So I don't need that piece. This convertible top is out. Just make sure to check everything, lubricate everything, every joint of that convertible top. Put WD-40 or put grease. It's very important to put them on. I got the top right here. See, I protect the glass back and front. I protect it. So the next step will be installing this top. See, you had that strap, you had that part. That's like a phone, but it helped a lot, that thing. Those staples, make sure to remove it or to hit it with the hammer. Any way you want. You don't want to and put your finger on top. If you see like a staple is coming out, remove it. Remove it or hit it with the hammer. Because those staples, in case if you don't hit it, you will see the bump through the convertible top, and that's not good. That bump later on will cut the material. So lubricate everything, put everything, lubricate it, because it's easier to do it. The top is out, so it doesn't hurt to put like a WD-40 or grease on those joints. I'm going to bring the convertible top and I'm going to put a staple on this area, exactly like the old one. The convertible top on this kind of car, most of them, it had a mark already where do you going to start putting a staple. So I'm going to remove this part, as I told you before. See, this is the headliner. I remove that strap right there. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. R2 bar. And I have to remove the back too. So I'm going to bring the top and I'm going to start putting them on. I have been with flu for a few days. Be careful with the new tab. Don't scratch. Just be careful. Don't scratch. Don't make a hole on it. Just be careful. Be careful. I had the tab already on there. You can start either by the center or by the corner, any way you want. I'm going to connect the defroster first, because this class have a defroster connected. Is easier to do it now because you have access from outside. If you staple the top and you want to do it after, you can still do it when everything is done, but you have to get inside the car and try to look for the cable and connect it. It's better to do it now. You see, I am outside and I am doing it. It's easier this way. And I connect the other side. Now I'm going to start from this area right here. See, I remove a screw from there, so I have to put that screw. I will put a staple, then I will put the screw right there. If you don't get it now what I am doing, just when you remove the old tab, you will get the whole idea how to do it. See, first I put the screw in there, so this screw is in. It's not in. I put the screw inside. It's in the material, but I have to put them inside the metal. So it's in. Now I'm going to do the other side. See, it's in. I can put a staple right there. Look like if it's not inside the hole. Look like if the screw make another hole, but there is. Now I can tell you it is in. And I'm going to start putting a staple. One finger. That's how I do it. And I put a staple. See? And I'm going to do that. Now I can time out this thing. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I done doing the other side, and I'm going to put the center right here. This tab have a mark. That mark tell you where is the center. So in the frame of the car have another mark. Just put one mark on top of the other one. If you don't do it that way, the tab might be uneven, maybe more to the right or more to the left, and that wouldn't be good. So I got the mark in there, and I will put a staple in there just to hold it. Now I do the corner. I got the two corners, left and right. I got the center. Now I will do this, the rear, not a corner, it's like a corner. I do that part, and you have to pull it a lot. In there, that section is kind of hard. If you don't pull it, the tab might be ended having wrinkle on that area. Tab with wrinkle is not good. So I put a lot of staple in there. The staple that I am using are 3A stainless steel. See, I put a lot of staple. If you remember before when I removed the old one, have a lot. So I got it done. And I put a lot of staple, making sure that top is not going to come out. It's not going to unstaple. And I am doing the other part, the passenger side right there, and it's the same as the driver side. I am showing you this part because I want you to see the whole process of this bar. Staple that top on this area. It is very important. This convertible top, it is easy. It's like Miata, Mazda Miata are easy. Some convertible top, you have to cut that material, you have to cut it, you have to mark, you have to do a lot of things, but this top is easy to do it. And this part is done. It is done. You see, one finger. That's the way how I see. That's the side that I have. I don't have to mark nothing. One finger. It is 3/4 from there to there, 3/4. Then put a staple. 3/4. People who do convertible top, they don't like to teach this kind of thing. I know guys who are especially installing convertible top. All what they do is install convertible top. They are mobile. They go to your house. They go to your place. They don't like to teach this. It's the kind of secret. That side that I just mentioned you, 3/4. And I start pulling the convertible top in. That tab is in. It's not done yet, but I will pull a little bit back. I need to finish the rear area. And I'm going to remove. I need to put them on there. That part is in. I haven't put the nut yet. You have 4 nuts in there. I haven't put them on. But I need to put this gasket inside. See that molding that I am pulling out? Don't bend it too much. Don't pull it too much, because if you pull it, you will create a mark on top. So this is done. I have to put a screw in there. The 2 screws that I removed, I had to put them on. I need to make sure this molding is in. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. It is getting dark. How long is the right time to remove and install the new top? If you are professional doing this, I would think you can do it on 3 hours, or maybe a little bit less. But if you are not professional, you do this for a hobby, it might take you a whole day or 2 days, but that's okay. You are not a professional, you do it for a hobby, remember that. But 3 hours, 2.5 hours to remove and install. I think that's a good perfect time to do it. I am putting those screws in there because it's dark. I need light in there. It's hard for me to show you right now because I barely can see it in my hand. I don't know where you see it right there. I have it in already. Right there. Now I can use the power tool to tighten it. So this part is in now. The passengers, the driver's side is done, so I have to pull the top a little by little. The convertible top material, just be careful when you are doing this process because you don't want to scratch the new top. That's part of the headlining. That's like a pediment there, and you have to put a staple. Some tab have a marking where you're going to put a staple in there, but this one doesn't. But I haven't done a lot, so I have an idea how this piece goes. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. See, some staple didn't go all the way in, so I have to remove it, making sure all the way in or remove it. So I done the driver's side. Now I can pull this top forward. And I need to put the cable inside. It is easier to do it now. You can do it later, but it's easy to do it now. You see some of these convertible tab has like a twine in there, like a string. Some it doesn't. Some tab, some brand it doesn't have that string. So this may save time because otherwise I will have to put a wire in there, then pull the other wire. But the tab has to be on this position because you have to put that cable with the screw, and then you have to put a rivet. That spring have like a cover, that way when they move it doesn't make a weird sound. So that spring is in. Now I have to put a rivet in there. That rivet is holding a plastic. The function of that plastic is to keep the cable on one position. See, I'm using a manual rivet gun. I have a pneumatic rivet gun, but I prefer doing with this one. Are not that many rivet. And now this is a strap. I'm going to put a rivet right here. Very important to put that strap. The function of that strap is to keep the top on one position. When it goes all the way back or when it opens, the frame can rip the top, can create a hole on the top. But the function of that strap is to keep the top away from getting ripped. I am putting glue right here. If you don't have a glue gun, do this process by hand. Put a glue in a container and then apply it with brush and then let it dry for 30 seconds. Then you start putting on. Where you can get the glue? You can get the glue in any upholstery supplies. I let it dry. and I put the top forward, and now you see the wrinkle. I have to pull it to get rid of the wrinkle. No wrinkle. A convertible top shouldn't have wrinkle when it's done. If it has wrinkle, there is a way how you can remove it. I think I have a video related to the convertible top wrinkle. How you can get rid of, how you can take the wrinkle out. I think I have it public yet, or maybe I have it on private. On a private, but I will check it. Then if I have it on private, I will put it to the public. See, I am pulling, and you see those wrinkles. There are not wrinkles no more. So this area, you can see that top look good in there. People who install a convertible top, they know. If you never done something, you can, this is the way it should look when it's done. It's not done yet. I have to put this aluminum piece, and first find the hole. It's easier this way, because the material is on top, so it's hard to, you are not going to see it. Find the hole, see where the hole are, and then you put the top that I had before. It had like a plastic in there. This top, it doesn't have the plastic, so I had to put a screw in there to hold in the top. Then I put this aluminum trim. I am finding the hole of that trim. If you don't have a light, I recommend you to do this during the day, during the sunlight. Do not do it during the night. I have a big light behind me, and I still need like a headlight. You see that? That small light that I carry on my head, I still need that one because it's hard to see it. Now you're going to put this gasket. Just start from the bottom, put those two first, and this gasket should go in by itself. Just put those two holes, those two click, and then just push it. Make sure if you're starting perfect, just push it, but if you don't start perfect, you will have a hard time putting that gasket on. You can do this with a spatula and using this kind of tool, but a spatula is perfect for this. So this gasket is in, and I am making sure it's all the way in. If you don't put it right, when you wash the car with pressure, it will get wet inside. Or when you take it to the car wash, it will get wet inside. So better do it right. Lo que sigue ahora ya es poner lo que es el techo. Antes de poner el techo, before I do this, I have to put, you know, the convertible top, I cut like a 2 strap, so you have to put those strap back, but the top have a new one. Just put a glue on the bar. See, I am putting glue, and I am putting glue on the strap too. Let it dry. I'm gonna push that car forward because I don't pull the strap. Just put glue, let it set, and then just wrap that strap against the bar. If you pull it, you will see the pull from the outside. You don't want to see the top uneven, like bump the top. No, see, I am putting on top of the bar. See, now I am not going to pull it. I am putting glue on the back one. Let it set for 30 seconds. I will say 30 seconds or a minute. The rear one you have to pull it. The rear bar you have to pull it. Only that one. Pull it, making sure the stitch from outside looks straight. There where you have to pull it. That's the only one. What about that one? Don't pull that one. You see, I am not pulling. I just put him on there and making sure stick strong in there. I done with those 3 bars, and now I'm going to open the top. I'm putting like half away that position. I turn on that light. You saw me turning on that light. I have to have that line. I am putting a lot of glue right here. I put glue on both the metal and the material. And I'm going to start from right here. I pull the top a little bit. You can tell how much you're going to pull it because there is like a mark on the corner, so there is no way how you can pull less or pull in too much. This top have like a mark, and that mark has to be exactly on the edge. Plus have a hole. The top have a hole and the metal have like a tip, so that hole should get in there. I let it dry. This is the headliner I am going to. It's part of the convertible top. I am putting glue right there. That is like a font. If the convertible top didn't have this, would look like I would say this Solara wouldn't look good. The old Solara didn't have this. This is the new. There are some Solara that are 2 pieces. The rear window is one, and then the other, the rest of the top is another piece. This is one piece convertible top. I have to put glue right here. And I put them on there. Don't pull it too much in there, because if you pull too much, you won't be able to close the top. Even though it is a new top, will be a little bit tight because it's new and it has to stretch. Let it set for a week until you open it. I think a week is a good amount of time to let that tab stretch. Sometimes I am putting the headliner now, you see. Sometimes when I do a convertible tab, the customer come and pick, I pick the car, then an hour later they are back and they say, why the tab is so close? I open it and I couldn't close. I say, no, I forgot to tell you, you shouldn't open it until 72 hours. Let it set for 72 hours or a week. Oh, I didn't know that. But some customers, they bring the car back because they open it but they couldn't close. And I know and I understand the tab is new, but we'll have to stretch. So I am putting the headliner back. You see, that is easy part to do it. I am not replacing the headliner. Sometimes when I'm replacing the headliner, even when you replace the headliner, it's so hard to close it because the headliner has to stretch too. I still not done. It's almost done, but it's still not done. I want to make sure everything look fine right there. I can keep going right there. See, when you close the first time when you close the top, when you open, go a little by little. The first time, if you notice the top is stuck, check why the top is stuck the first time when you start the new one. So see, I put a lot of glue, so this right here, I don't have to put a staple. In some convertible tab, I have to put a staple in there because come with a staple. I am putting the headliner back same way as I remove it. So this headliner is done, so now I have to put a plastic in there. To put the plastic, you have to bend it. See, I put one side, no problem, but to put the other side, I have to bend it. See, that side is in. I just have to bring the handle out. See, that handle and that side is in. So the other side will be hard. See, I bend it. And it's in. This car is not that old, so you can bend the plastic a little bit. And all this car, when you are trying to bend it, those plastic break. So be careful. Sometimes when I have to put a hot air on those plastic to bend it, because I don't want them to break it. On Mercedes, I do that a lot. On all Mercedes, like 90s, 96, especially when I am doing the headliner, I put heat on those plastic with the heat gun. And that's the only way how I can remove it, because otherwise those won't break easily. And then putting the screw back on this tab. All the screws that are removing, I am putting back, and this tab is almost done. Plus I have to clean it, I have to vacuum the car, make sure everything looks nice. Check the car for tool. I always, the last thing that I do is check the car for tool, because I haven't lost so many tools. Ratchet, I leave it in the car like a screw gun. So expensive screw gun, and the customer never bring the screw gun back. And when you call them and asking for the tool, they say, I will check, if I see it, I will take it back. But maybe they don't found it, they don't see it. But that's normal. That's normal. Sometimes the screw gun go behind under the seat, and it's hard to see, and even for me hard to see it. Now imagine a customer. So I am putting that rubber bag in there. I am using a spatula to make sure it go all the way in. Are so important to put those gaskets all the way in. All the way the window is not going to close all the way, or will stuck in there. So there is that thing. Now we'll do the other side. I got this part done right here, and I cleaning this area because I'm going to close it, making sure it's clean. Even right there, when the top is closed, customer can't see it. But if they open, they will see it. That's why I clean it. Now we'll finish this part. The top holder on those hook right there. If those hood wasn't there, and the top will look with a lot of wrinkle. I have to put all those 8 screw, 4 nut, and 8 screw. And I put that bright light with that small screw. And I put the screw in there. Now I put this trim in there. Just make sure don't scratch those trim. Are easy to scratch, so easy because it's heavy. And I am putting those screw are 4. And I have to close it and making sure that that fit right in the car. So this part is done. The convertible tab is done. Going to open it, close, and making sure everything is right. All the time I do this. When I open it and close it for the first time, check it, checking, making sure. All the time. My advice to you, do the same. So I clean it already. Everything look nice. Everything is fixed perfect. You saw me take them apart. You saw me put them back. It is a fabric material, so that's easier than vinyl. I never seen a 2007 Toyota Solara at a vinyl. If you see one, it's not original. It's aftermarket. Even this fabric are aftermarket. This one is aftermarket, but it's a good quality. See no wrinkle, that means the job is done, haven't done good. Very important. Should be smooth in that area right there. And you can see, you saw the whole process. If you don't get this result and you have a little bit of wrinkle, that's okay. If you have a little bit of wrinkle, put hot water in there and let it set for a day. Hot water made that wrinkle come out. If the wrinkle is not that big. So this job is done. As you can see right there, everything look nice. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I made this video in English because I have it in Spanish. A lot of people in English have been email me and ask me for if I can make it on English. So I try my best, I work hard, and here you have it. It's English. I hope you like it. Don't forget to hit that like button and feel free to subscribe. Any comment, leave it in the comment section of this video. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.